Hello and welcome to StarCraft TV. This is our very first cast that I will be doing today. I'm gravyfan and I will be casting the game between myself and Timbalistea. As you can see, I am one of the players, but I'm going to be casting it anyway and referring to myself in the third person because I really don't care. So, we're going to load in here on Expedition Lost LE, a fine map. A little squirrely though, since you got some rocks leading into your main base, so you have to keep an eye on that. Lots of potential for cheese there. As you can see, I'm Silver League, and Timbalistea is unranked, so this should be a short fight here. But okay, load in here. Up at the top right, we have the purple Zerg, myself. Very classy, bad luck, have fun. And an equally classy response from Timbalistea here. Spawning down in the bottom left corner, we have the orange Protoss. It is Timbalistea. Now, as I said, we've got those rocks here, and over here. We'll see if those come into play today. Spoiler alert, they don't. I know, because I just played this game 2 hours ago. But anywho, I send out my overloaded scout. Sorry, third person. Gravyfan sends out his overloaded scout, just as every good Zerg should. And Timbalistea opens up with a pylon near the ramp. It's not really doing too much there. It could either be part of a choke point at the ramp, or he could go for more of a SimCity build. But he chooses to do neither, so a interesting strategy from our Protoss player today. But as you can see, gravyfan is just droning up. We'll see if he decides to go... And yes, it is! He decides to go hatch right off the bat. Opening a little greedily against his Protoss opponent, which is opting for a very, very early gateway. So, see if Timbalistea can make up for the lack of probes he's creating. There goes down the hatch for gravyfan. And by the way, I am drinking a very fabulous cream soda right now. Selling in the Greenwise section at the grocery store. It's phenomenal. Anyway, where was I, guys? We got Overlord over here protecting the rocks. Good move by gravyfan. And we have a cybernetics core on the way for Protoss. It's a pretty standard build with a rather late gas on 13 workers there. Let's look at the tabs here. See some of the production going on. Hatch is 2/3 done, and gravyfan's Overlord will now be scouting what exactly Timbalistea is up to. Let me see my vision, gravyfan's vision here for a second. I'll tell you what he does not see. He does not see the, whatever that's called, the Nexus. Now, you know, this is a big tell, because Timbalistea could have killed off his Nexus early with probes as part of a strategy to throw his opponent off and establish his base somewhere else. But we don't see strategies like that often, so we'll see if that ever happens someday. But yeah, gravyfan is just droning up. He has second base established. Timbalistea opting to queue up a couple zealots here. Not so sure about this. He could have been using these resources somewhere else, but that is how we're going to do it. And putting warp gate out here. He's not even fully saturated. Doesn't seem to have plans for a second base anytime soon. So we'll see if gravyfan can make something happen here, maybe with a little aggression. But right now in the production tab, gravyfan doesn't seem to be producing anything except for some overlords and some drones occasionally. So this game's going to slowly develop. Gravyfan's Overlord comes in for some scouting here. We shall see what he can see. And he sees probes mining, but what he really wants to see is the gas, but he doesn't get that far, so a bit of a missed opportunity here with no stalker to force away the scout. But looks like gravyfan will be flying a little blind here. We'll see if he can make it work. He's on 2 gas right now. Metabolic boost just starting, as you can see. And as well as the lair, so a bit of a late lair. Definitely late metabolic boost, especially considering the fact that he has no Zerglings yet. So, we will see what he can do with that tech. And in the meantime, he throws down a 3rd hatchery, while Timbalistea still does not even have his natural established. But what we do see is a robotics facility. Now, what this could be is an immortal all-in, except it really can't be because he doesn't have his 2nd base established yet. So what we might see is early Colossi, probably. And we'll see if we can confirm that. No, it doesn't look like much will be confirmed right now, but it does look like he's building a warp prism. So that's something. And here we go, 14 Zerglings on the way for gravyfan here. And metabolic boost will be finishing up in a couple seconds here. So we'll see if we can make something happen with 14 Zerglings on metabolic boost. Timbalistea going to try and put off any early aggression by those zealots on the ramp. We'll see how they do against some Zerglings with speed, though, as they are now speedlings. Gravyfan going to try and start getting his creep spread here. 3rd base is now up. We'll see if he starts a queen for that, because that's what you really need to start establishing bases. Is a queen for each of his things right now. Well, we'll see if he can start that. Oh, there we go. I guess he had walked it over at some point. But here comes the warp prism. Looks like Timbalistea is going to try something a little funny here. See if he can get a couple probes. But this is, hopefully, that was spotted by gravyfan. I don't know if he noticed, though. We shall see. But the warp prism going to be hiding out there in the meantime. Oh, here we go. 2nd base. Finally down at the 9-minute mark for Timbalistea here. So, opting for a bit of a late start. But, that is the least of our worries right now, as... Goodness gracious. How many Zerglings is this? This is a lot of Zerglings. See if they can get it. Oh, nice surround there on the Zealots, trying to keep them. The Zealots actually opt to run back to the ramp. Probably a smart move. But gravyfan going to try and get the snipe on the Nexus. What can Timbalistea do? He moves out with his Zealots, but I don't think they will be in time. And gravyfan will get the Nexus snipe. Not even cancelled by Timbalistea. So he will lose a good amount of minerals there. Warp Prism still has not moved, as gravyfan retreats with his Zerglings, and the Zealots remain on the ramp. So as we can see, 1-1 is on the way for gravyfan, and that will help immensely with these Hydralisks he is building. Looks like he's ready for going to try and push against Timbalistea, who is in a disadvantageous position, seeing as it's 3 bases to 1 right now. So gravyfan is quickly getting up to full saturation. Well, I say that on almost all his bases. We'll see if he can hit his injects. Nope. Looks like he will be ignoring that queen for the meantime. Let's see. Timbalistea has not opted to throw down his 2nd Nexus yet, but uh-oh. We have Colossi. We do indeed have Colossi on the way. And looks like Timbalistea is looking for a technological advantage against these Zerglings, who are coming in for a 2nd run as we speak. And gravyfan just poking up there to see what he could see. Looks like he saw some cannons, as that is what is up there right now. This warp prism is probably the most useless warp prism in the existence of warp prisms, and probably should be fired. We'll see if this does eventually make something happen. Maybe he's waiting for this base to be a little more full saturation. But we do have 5 Hydralisks and 10 more Roaches on the way for gravyfan here. Going to be pouring towards the middle. Looks like he wants to be a little aggressive with this, as he spreads his creep out a little further to help with the movement a little. And finally, he throws down the 2nd Nexus again, and a Mothership Core and another Colossi on the way. Chrono boosting that out. Yeah. Oh, uh-oh. Here we go. Here we go. Warp Prism looking for a bit of a harass here. And, what will Timbalistea do? Warps in a Stalker. 2 Stalkers. And the Queen gonna try and hold some of this back. Gravyfan's gonna try and come back with his Zerglings here while moving his other force across the map. The Queen looks like it will die off here, so that's a good pickup for Timbalistea, as well as I believe 1 drone he got off that. But these Zerglings will clean up this harass a little bit. Warp Prism stays alive. And we have a Nidus Worm down for Gravyfan here, as well as Burrow on the way and 2-2. And here he comes with his main force. Let's see what he can get done with this. The Colossi gonna do some work on this, but the Gravyfan looks like he wants to focus that one Colossi down. He gets it. The other Colossi wisely retreating. Gravyfan should mop up the rest of this force pretty dang quickly here. He wanted that Colossi kill, but the Colossi will live to fight a little more. Meanwhile, looks like the second Nexus will fall. Folks, this does not look good for our Protoss player. He's on 1 base, his second base just got taken out again, and does not have very much production at all, as you can see. He's got another Colossi on the way, but his income is very minimal, as we see here. The income is just, it's staggering. There is really no world in which Gravyfan cannot win this. And here we go, with adding insult to injury, the Nidus Worm goes down. Right in the natural there, forcing these 2 Colossi to come this way. They're going to do some work on this force. Probably will clean it up pretty quickly. But here we see the second part of the force. Going to try and work on that from the low ground a little. It doesn't seem like they will get it, but here they go. They're going to try and push up here and see what they can do with this. Taking down the pylons, a wise choice. Going to try and unpower this building. But oh, looks like another Colossi will finish, but looks like it will get focused. And they're going to start work on these buildings. The Mothership Core throws down whatever that ability is on the Nexus. Looks like it's going to do a little work on Gravyfan's forces here, but looks like there will be just enough here to clean up this Colossi, and probably head home with this as well. We should see a GG from Timbalistea at any point now, but looks like he's determined to make Gravyfan work for this victory. But it doesn't seem like it'll take a lot of work to finish this up. As we saw here, oh my gosh! So many more Hydralisks on the way to reinforce. Looks like he was trying to spend a little bit more of that money, so his stats look a little better at the end. But we'll begin to clean this up a little more. As you can see, this Nexus is now defeated, and Gravyfan will continue to mop with the rest of these buildings. He's got 1 pylon left in the corner, should be his last building over there. And oh, we have a second Nidus Worm from Gravyfan here. Because why not, I suppose. And looks like, what will he be sending out of this Nidus Worm? Uh-oh, here comes the probe. And the probe dies. And he sends a drone out! What shall... Oh! It's the Manor Hatchery! He's saying, get out, Timbalistea! This game is mine, and the last pylon will go down. And that, folks, is the game. Well, that was a stellar performance from our Zerg player, even though he wasn't fully saturated all the time. Basically, it just came down to a question of macro. Gravyfan, you know, had 3 bases to 1. You saw the income, which was just... It was insane. It was 3 times as much as Timbalistea had, and he had too many forces. And pushed on through. But thanks for watching. This is our first cast as a part of ROScraft, the Rosemary StarCraft people. I'm Gravyfan, and thank you for watching. We'll hope we'll have more videos up soon.